Today I'm gonna talk to you how we can use AuditHub, which is a new platform we recently released that contains a bunch of security tools for finding bugs automatically to preserve privacy in ZK applications. But before I do that, I just wanna mention how a ZK application can actually leak information, because up until now we kind of been taking privacy as a given, but when you start looking at code, things might start get leaky. So generally speaking, any kind of system that has a public output has the potential to actually leak information if some public output can be influenced by the value of a secret, by the value of a secret. And when we talked about blockchain, this kind of ups the ante a bit, because information on blockchains is really public. So what does it mean for a system to be leaky? If we consider systems like ZK systems in this case as kind of machines with secret and public inputs and an output, a leaky system is going to be a system that when you give the same public input and you have two different secrets, the output is going to differ. So in this case, just by if an attacker observes the difference in the output, can learn something about the secret, and depending on how the whole setup is, they can repeat that and run more and more information, and then at the end, maybe recover the secret altogether. On the other hand, a non-leaky system, regardless of what the value of the secret value is, if you give the same public input, you always get the same output, so you cannot observe anything. All right, so let's see how AuditHub can help here. As I mentioned earlier, AuditHub is a new platform. It has several security tools that can help developers and security analysts find bugs in code. And one of these tools is a static analyzer called ZK Vanguard. And essentially what ZK Vanguard does is it detects buggy patterns on your code. And it has a bunch of custom detectors that you can use off the shelf, and also can be customized to use kind of custom detectors for your specific protocol. And it already supports multiple ZK frameworks and languages, and we work in introducing more and more as we speak. So one of these detectors that we have that is built in, it can actually be used to detect privacy leaks, and it can detect the privacy leaks that I kind of showed in the previous slide. So back in the very early days of ZK, there was this Hydra S2 circuit that was a very kind of simple identity provider. And if you had run ZK Vanguard back then into the circuit, you could have seen that it will complain that the source value is being leaked, and it will give you which output values were kind of was the one that were leaking the information. So that's kind of a very high level overview of how you can use our platform AuditHub to kind of find privacy leaks, but our platform can do even more stuff. We have two zero-knowledge specific tools, ZK Vanguard, the one that I mentioned. Picus is a verifier that helps you find under-constrained circuits. It, by default, checks for non-deterministic circuits, but you can also set it up to prove whatever property you want for your protocol. And we also have two DeFi tools, DeFi Vanguard, which is kind of the DeFi equivalent of ZK Vanguard, and Orca, which is a specification-guided fuzzer that you can use to kind of thoroughly test your DeFi protocol, whether it has ZK components or not. So that's what I have. If you want to try AuditHub, feel free to access the form here, book a demo. We're happy to talk to you, like see what you need. Also, I have another workshop in an hour in the workshop area down there, where you can come and see more details about AuditHub. So that's all I have for you today, and thank you so much. Take any questions.